Welcome to Scriptcase, the local development platform that empowers you to build robust web application quickly and easily. In this tutorial, I will introduce you to the Filter Builder, one of the many powerful features available in Scriptcase's grid application. With the grid application, you can generate detailed reports and now create highly customizable filters for precise data searches. The Advanced Filter Builder lets you create dynamic and nested filters with advanced conditions, offering unmatched flexibility for complex data searches. Whether you need to do a simple filter or multi-layered queries, Scriptcase makes it easy to narrow down your data with precision. With just a few clicks, you can create dynamic filters based on your database fields. Choose from different operators such as equals, contains, betweens to refine your search criteria in real time, giving you full control over the data displayed. So this new filter will take Scriptcase to another place regarding reports, because then you can now create really advanced stuff using this filter builder. So it can create nested conditions. You'll be able here inside this area to add different layers in your filter. You'll be able also to drag and drop the layers according to the field that you need, the filter that you need to create. It will also need to train the user on how to create the filters and give all the power directly to the final user. So let's see here just one example. I will cancel this one. Okay, and then as you can see, this is report that we have. Then we have countries, continents, products sold, category. We can see here the summary. Inside the summary, we can also use the report. I have added here the group by field, so we can have, for example, the report, year, by category, total price, quantity. So you have all this information available here. Then inside the grid application, you will be able also to see the reports, the group by, and I have added here the filter builder. Okay, so let me reset here the report for the group by continent. So we have the group by continent and then country, and I will build here filters to show the example. So a simple one we could add, for example, this is the first new here, because before this version 9.11 from Scriptcase, you were not able to select the condition, for example, and or inside the final application. You would have to choose this option inside the development environment. So now you are able to change here. You will choose if it's going to be an and or an or, and you can also add here nested conditions, and inside the nested conditions you will decide also whether to use an and or an or. Okay, so here let me clear and then build again. So let's choose here one scenario with or, and I will add two nested conditions. Okay, so first one, it will be an and we are going to add two fields. The first field will be, for example, continent, or we can choose country as well. I will add here Argentina, equal, and I will add here date, then it will be 2022, year of 2022. We can see that Scriptcase is building dynamically the where condition here, and I'm going to add another nested condition with two fields. It will be also an and. It means that the first condition I will have to add, for example, Argentina and date 2022. Let's first test this first condition. I will deactivate here this two fields, apply. Then we have South America, Argentina. We can click here summary, to see that we have only one single country, the country we have selected. We have here the filter that's being applied. You can edit, you can disable or delete, remove in this case. We can see also that the results are being highlighted inside the report. Okay, so we can go back here to the filter and disable, for example. Then we have the report again. We can enable, then we have the filter again, and we can edit. So editing here, I will add more fields. Let's add, for example, another country. It will be Brazil, my country, equal. And let's also get the year of 2022. So all the date 2022. Then we are going to have Argentina or Brazil, okay? Because the main condition is an or. Let's run, apply. Okay, and now we can go here to the summary so we can see that we have Argentina and Brazil. Okay, let's choose, let's choose here another continent, for example, or we can also include another field. I can choose here the field category, for example, or I could add another nested condition to this option here, because you can add another one nesting condition inside the other, or you can add one field, because this option here where you can see the plus sign will add the fields, and this option here will add nested condition. Then here you can disable or delete. Okay, so let me add here, for example, category equal to electronic. Okay, so now we have Argentina, and inside Argentina we have only electronic. We can drill down here and see the data in detail. So for Argentina we have only electronics, and for Brazil we have all category but also highlighting electronics. Let's go back here to the filter. You could also add another main condition. So you can see that we are building a tree here. So you have main conditions, and then you have the children in this case. Let me add here another or with, for example, continent Europe equal. Okay, and then we can see that it will be Argentina or the date, category, or Brazil or the date, or continent Europe. Again, let's go to the summary. So now we have all the countries from Europe. Then you have South America, only Brazil and Argentina. Okay, so just a little bit of the powerful we have inside this feature. Okay, so it really brings the script case to another place when we talk about reporting and filters. Okay, before it was not possible, only using advanced coding inside SQL option of script case for you to do this this configuration. Okay, so let's see inside the application how we are going to set up the new filter. So it's really simple. I'm going to show here the step by step, and then you're going to have this new filter with real-time visual feedback where users can filter expressions, and it will be really easy to follow or adjust the parameters. So I will, instead of showing you here, I will create a new application from scratch. So let's create here the grid. I'm using this table called comparison. I have a good amount of data. It's a sample table inside of the sample application. So let me create. Then we can see we have country, category, and we have like a good amount of data. If I clean here the filter, we can see we have about 3,000. So let me go here back. So we have the grid comparison. When you create the grid for the first time, the view will be like this. You do not have the filter builder because you need to select the filters, the fields. We have the advanced search. Let me change here the language. I forgot to do when I was creating the application. Okay, English. Okay. So if you want to enable the filter builder, you will use here the area search. I will close here the grid, and then we have the search area. And then here you have the advanced search, which is this one here that you can use as a model of the grid, etc. Then you have the filter builder and the dynamic, which is the one we already have. Quick search and the fields. It is also a tree here. So for example, the option settings, search criteria, and fields will be available for the three filters. Okay, so let's go here to filter builder, and then we have the main settings, we have the filter builder and the dynamic filter. Inside the dynamic filter, no changes. It was already available inside script case. So I will open here the filter builder. Then we have settings for the filter builder. We have the save search option and the select fields. So to activate, I will select here all fields, and you will see that a new button will appear, the filter builder, because now we have it available. If you want to reposition the button, you can use the option toolbar here. Then you'll be able to change the position of the button, and the default will be this way, opening on, it's like an iframe here above the records. Okay, and you have the option to use the macro modal, which is also an update we've made for this version. Okay, so you can use in this way as an iframe, or you can use as a modal. Okay, but then here you'll be able also to play with the options. I have added here save it. I can add a save filter, or I can also remove the saved filters. You have all these options available here as well. So let's go back here to the development environment, and I will detail here the options. First, inside settings, you will have the option enable disable. This is going to be regarding this option here. You can give this option to your final user or not. So you will decide if this button will be available or not. Then you have display search condition. It's also regarding the conditions. You can decide if it's going to be available or not. The search modal and highlight results. Okay, highlight results is being enabled by default. It will highlight the results here in red. And you can also apply the search modal. Let's apply the search modal and run. Okay, so now if we open the filter builder, it will be using this modal, which is a new component we are using for this version called micro modal. Okay, so back here to the development environment. The main condition, for example, you will note that when we open the filter, it will be already selected here. It's an end. Okay, you can select this option inside the main settings here. As we can see, the end is being applied here as the default condition. So this was the option available for the version before the 9.11, and now you can change inside the application dynamically, but this option is still available here. So you can choose the default operator that will be applied to your applications, or to your application. So you have the option to save. Then you can just select here public. You can apply also security rules if you want. It's similar to the option save that we have inside the grid application. We have here the save grid, so it's just the same. You can save your filters, and you can also use security according to the logged users to display or not certain options. Okay, in this case the saves that you are doing. The last option, the select fields, we already saw, just for you to select the fields. And then it's important to show here the search criteria. This is where you are going to enable the criteria, reminding that the criteria will be available also for the advanced search if you are using both. Because it's possible to combine both searches. You can, for example, start with the advanced search. You can go here to models. I can start with advanced search and apply. We know that we have other options inside advanced search. I can, for example, apply some fixed condition. For example, start with continent A, and then inside this report I will build other options. So it's amazing that you can combine both options, and then it will be available. So here we are starting with the advanced search, and then we go to the application, and we can apply here the filter builder. Okay, so this is very powerful as well. And then the criteria you apply here according to the field will be available for the advanced search, quick search, and also filter builder and dynamic search. So we have here all the conditions. For example, for all the date, which is field date type in the database, we have more options when we are talking about criteria. If we go here to the fields and choose the all the date, we are going to see that we have the options here for the fields. And if you scroll down, we have here the special conditions that you can apply. So we are using normals, which are the ones we select here inside search criteria. If you select more, for example, normals and specials, then you are able to create your own conditions. Then you have here options already created by Scriptcase that you can only select if you want to use, okay? Or you can also add ranges to your conditions. So this is also very powerful. It was available already. It's not a new feature. It was already here, but you can combine now and use inside the filter builder. So let's run here to see the conditions. So if we go to the filter builder and we add the field date, we are going to have here the conditions applied. Okay, and there is one other feature. It is recent inside Scriptcase, which is the comparison, date comparison. You can use this inside the date field. So you have here, you change the data type, in this case from date. It's only available for field SQL type date. So you choose, you can change from date to date comparison. So it will do the comparison of date inside this field. So we can go here and filter builder. I will choose here the date, and we can compare, for example, last year, and then compare it with the same period, in this case 2023 and 2022, and we can apply. And this is really nice because you can also use this option inside the filter builder, but you cannot use inside the advanced search if you're using inside the filter builder. Okay, so this is what this message is saying. The date comparison will only work in the filter builder if it's not selected in the advanced search. You will have to choose whether to use inside the advanced search or inside the filter builder. Okay. Okay, last option inside the new filter builder. It's about the layout. As you can see, we have here colors and we have buttons. So you'll be able to customize the layout. Accessing here the layout application themes, you can copy one of the themes you are using. In this case, we are using this soft cloud. I will save a copy project and then save. So if you want to customize Filter Builder, you go here to Components, then app div, Filter Builder. So you have applied filter line, then you have nested children, and filter condition. Okay, so here you have basically the CSS file opened for you to edit just with clicks. So if you want to customize colors, borders, backgrounds, and all the classes from this page, from this option, in this case, you'll be able to do using here the options inside the components. Okay, so this is where you're going to customize the layout if needed, because then it's already perfect in the way it is, in my opinion. And then it's also available for customization. I hope you liked the new feature. If you're new to Scriptcase, now is the perfect time to explore everything it offers, from rapid development to advanced data manipulation. Scriptcase is the ideal tool for business and developers looking to optimizing their workflow. Start your free trial and see how easy it is to build powerful, customized web application. Discover the latest feature like the advanced filter builder and much more, all with a single easy to use platform. See you in the next video. Bye bye.